نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم. Rabbi Simcha Weintraub, Reverend Dr. Brian Moses, Consul General Yuri Fitko, Reverend Bob Chase, Imam Abdul Malik Mujahid, dear Junaid, my very dear members of the US delegation, very young students who are visiting us from Chicago during this week, and esteemed faculty members, learned scholars, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to the 6th US-Pakistan Inter-Religious Consortium. It's great to start something, and it's by chance that things come up and they exist, but then it is very hard to set a good tradition. I think US-Pakistan Inter-Religious Consortium has done that now that we are meeting 6th time in the city of Lahore and at this scale with such an elaborate program and with such a distinguished delegates from United States as well as Pakistan who are going to join us. It's a great blessing. We all believe that this we are doing is a work of God. We are blessed is this place where people from all faiths, people who subscribe to the grand Abrahamic faith, they are here together. They have joined hands. They are sitting in one room. They are trying to understand each other. They are trying to interact with each other. They are trying to engage each other with the spirit of dialogue and understanding, in the spirit of learning to know each other. So I believe that blessed is this place and blessed is the work that we do. My own exposure, ladies and gentlemen, with US-Pakistan Inter-Religious Consortium took place some 4 years back, and I received an email, short email from Mumtaz Bhai that this is something is happening, and he told me that he has already committed me to the event. So I had no choice to refuse an uncle, right? So anyway, I went there, and I was with them for half of the program, and I felt that there is something unique in this gathering. Those who have come from United States have come from all three major faiths, disciplines: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. And those who have come forward from Pakistan they also belong to the two major religions here, Islam and Christianity. And we were there not to engage into a polemic or proliciting or to debate in the hard and tough terrain and trying to knock down each other. This is happening in so many other places, in so many other ways, that we don't want to add yet another even devoted to that activity. We were here knowing well that where we stand, what is our conviction, what is our belief system, and being firm on that. Yes, we want to come out of our faith and we want to help the others. We want to understand others. So this is something which carries a lot of value for all of us. And it also carries value for the people out there who belong to all these three faiths. So this is something which was unique, because here we are trying to not distance from each other. We are not trying to overwrite each other. We are not trying to knock down each other in the ring of the debate, but we are trying to relate with each other. We are trying to collaborate with each other. And I was glad to find out that out of these 6 series of US-Pakistan Inter-Religious Consortium, About 24 projects have come out. These projects relate to rural and urban communities. These projects relate to academia. These projects relate to providing opportunities for employment and enhancement of skills. So this is a wonderful that is happening. And then I decided that as University of Management and Technology, we should lend our weight to it. We should extend support to it. And we should see what is possible at the level of academia. Because as an academic institution, we are committed to teaching, we are committed to learning, and we are committed to research. So I found out a value here, and at the end, we developed a long-term collaboration with George Mason University, which came out of this interaction. So it's a 2-year program, which was also funded by State Department, collaboration for faculty excellence in teaching and research. So it was something that happened as a consequence of this, and 40 faculty members of UMT went to George Mason University. They received training, they came back, and twice faculty members of GMU came to UMT and they interacted with all the faculty members. So we see that rooted in our faiths and rooted in our belief systems, how we can help each other, how we can collaborate with each other, how we can add value to each other. And this is something that perhaps God is also looking for and waiting for. This is something that should happen with much greater momentum and in a lot of other numerous ways. So this is maybe a unique effort, but I believe that this effort should be duplicated and this effort should go on and on. Faith, when we align ourselves to a faith and when we declare a faith, so it suddenly transforms us and it helps us relate ourselves to, first of all, our own being. So it's a different story than anyone else who do not profess faith or who has no faith. So we relate ourselves to in terms of our being, where we have come from, and where we shall return to. And this brings major questions in our eyes. And secondly, then this helps us to relate ourselves with not just this world that is around us, but also to a higher being. And we discover that higher being, the attributes of that higher being. We see how we can relate ourselves, how we can talk to that higher being, how that higher being loves us, and how we find value and meanings in our life by our attachment to that higher being. And then we immediately see the people around us, the creatures and creations of that higher being, and we relate to those creatures and creations in totally different way, because we think that yes, we don't own them, yet we have them. So we are entrusted with a responsibility, and with this responsibility comes accountability, and how we use them, how we utilize them, how we utilize these resources. So we suddenly change our orientation from only this worldly to a transcendental, to world that is transcendental. So faith does a remarkable job of bringing about the best in us, bringing about excellence in us, bringing about trustworthiness among us, bringing about accountability amongst us, and enhancing our sense of our responsibilities in this world. So ladies and gentlemen, I see a great potential here, and I see a great promise here, and I see a great future here. And at University of Management and Technology, we remain committed to it. We will see that this event goes well and it is successful. And in 2 days ahead, you enjoy the discussion. You see how you can mirror yourself against each other, how you can learn from others, and how you can build bridges and then walk over those bridges, and how you can connect and then add value to whatever you are doing. So I hope that these 2 days would be a great would be great and would be eye-opening for all of us. It was eye-opening for myself. And I hope that those who have come from Pakistan and those who have not had a chance before to talk to a reverend or a rabbi, those who were never in that company will enjoy that company and will learn from them, and same goes for those who have come from the United States. So this interaction is also something that opens a new chapter in the history of Pakistan and United States relations. And I welcome Mr. Raza Gilani, the Minister for Higher Education, who has been nominated by the Chief Minister, Mr. Mia Shahbaz Sharif, to attend this, this gathering and say welcome to you. Mr. Raza Gilani, welcome. So Pakistan and United States have been already engaged on security issues, in economic plane. They have been engaged in the world of business and industry. So Pakistan and United States have already been engaged, and they have a deep history of interaction and support and working together. So they have been engaged at the level of security, geopolitics. They have already been engaged in the world of business and industry. They are also engaged in the domain of education. But this is a wholly new story, a new dimension that is being added, and that the religious community of the United States is reaching out to Pakistan to establish people-to-people relations. And here is something altogether different that is going to happen. And this would be more reliable, sustainable, deep-rooted engagement that we are going to see. So I think in terms of the value of Pakistan and United States relations, I think this event and the series of events and the ventures and projects that come out of it would also be tremendously adding the value. I welcome you all once again. I have no words to thank those who have come to Pakistan from the United States. I know there are many warnings and alarms, and there are many questions that you may have faced from your friends and relatives and colleagues. Oh, why are you going to Pakistan? But you took the courage and you are here. So welcome to Pakistan. These are really good times. We have a splendid, spring before us. You can see the colors of the flowers, the fragrance that is coming out of them. Lahore is a city of garden. So you are fortunate that you have come to city of Lahore in these spring times. And spring is the time again which shows when nature shows the color, when nature shows its beauty. And I think it's not just the flowers that are showing the colors, but the people who are sitting here, they are also showing and reflecting and radiating their beauty and their innate excellence. So thank you very much for coming to City of Lahore. I'm grateful to the Department of Political Science Chairman, Dr. Shoaib, and his very able team. I'm grateful to Ibrahim Qazi and Amnas, there were two Amnas working day and night. So I'm grateful to them, and Junaid, and Imtishal, and many others who have made it happen. Thank you very much.
But